Hey McGarrett, this is Vince with eSearch Local. Wanted to get back with you as soon as I could. So what I figured the best thing to do is to provide you with this short video overviewing a number of the items that we initially talked about, but more importantly give you a high-level overview of some of the research of the findings that I've uncovered in looking into D&M carpet cleaning, and more importantly looking at what the opportunity would be for detailing out an online marketing campaign for your business. Now I do know from what you had mentioned that you're currently working with Supernova, I believe is the name of the company, and my research from that company shows me that it's more of a pay-per-click type organization. But regardless, let me just go through some of the things that I have found, and in doing that, make some comparisons to what you may be currently doing, but more importantly, specifically get detailed about how I believe we can help you in your business. Now, what I typically like to do before we get too detailed is to look into the keyword research for a particular business and a particular business in a particular geographic area, just to look at the number of searches that are being done on a monthly basis to kind of level set to see if number one, if there's enough online searches to justify an online marketing program, and then from there make a determination how much further to go. So with that being said, let me show you what I've pulled together. Now let me blow that up a bit so it's a little bit easier to see. Alright, now what I simply did in looking at your initial website, it's pretty evident that carpet cleaning is right in the name of your company, and all over your website you specifically mentioned carpet cleaning a number of places, so it's pretty evident that that is your main keyword. So it's based on that I did the keyword research. And in doing the keyword research, it pops up a number of other potential keywords to consider as well. Now, I took it one step further and not only did the research on that keyword, but used what's called a geo qualifier, which is putting in some city names to get an idea of, again, the specific number of searches done on a monthly basis for that keyword, which is the main keyword that you believe your customers are using to find these particular services, but also to find the number of searches that are being done for this particular keyword specific to these services in a specific geographic area. So what I've done here is again, it's just a high-level overview. It's certainly not an exhaustive search for carpet cleaning, but these are all keywords searches done within Metro Atlanta. Again, just on the one keyword, carpet cleaning. And as you can see down here, we're looking at a total of 56,714 monthly searches. So needless to say, it is quite a large volume of searches being performed, but I'm sure I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, that this is a very competitive niche, a very competitive business. Now, one of the other things I had noticed as well in researching your business is that you have a number of websites, and it tells me with the help of Supernova, or either you're directing them or they're directing you, but you're looking at a number of cities as well, which again, not a bad idea, certainly not. Certainly not a bad strategy, but I'm going to get a little bit more detail about that in a moment. But what I specifically wanted to do was to kind of show you more geographically targeted keywords specific to your main office location in Conyers. So again, it's not an exact science, but again, just want to give you a high-level overview. So based on that, I pulled out, as you can see here in the yellow highlighted areas, those cities that are relatively close to your main geographic area in Conyers, and give an idea of what those total counts are as well. So again, I left out the carpet cleaning in Georgia because it's much too broad, but I pulled out all the ones having to do with Atlanta, as you can see here, and also left ones for Covington, McDonough, and let me pull down Decatur, Snellville, Conyers. So with all that being said, we're looking at a total of 38,203 searches. So bottom line, the purpose of doing this is just to get an idea of as to whether or not it makes sense to even consider an online program. So even though it's a highly competitive business that you're in, I think you can see that there certainly is a large number of monthly searches that make this online marketing strategy a very viable marketing approach for you to consider, which is evident as to why you're probably looking into it and have been involved in it for some time. All right, so that's the first step. So I think it's pretty obvious that online marketing specific in your business niche and specific in your geographic area, as well as all of Metro Atlanta, is very, very much a viable strategy. Now, with that being said, there's a problem, and the problem is that you, with all these searches being performed, my research showed me that you are not being found very regularly. So, bottom line, what that means is that when we do a search for, carpet cleaning, generally in Conyers, and we look at where most of the searches occur, which is right in this area here, which is called the Google 7 box, your business more times than not is not found. Okay, and just real quick, I'm sure you probably know this, so let me just review it real quickly. I'm not sure if you can see this in the video. These top 3 positions here are AdWords, pay-per-click, as well as the 7 positions that go down on the right-hand side here. As you know, this is where you pay and you bid for positions and keywords. And in your business segment, your niche, the cost per click for some of those keywords range anywhere from, $5, which is probably the lowest I've seen in Madison, to as high as $13, $15 in Atlanta. So bottom line, what that means, the cost per click would be anywhere from $5 to $15. So should anybody click on any of these ads here or in this top section, just that click would cost that specific company upwards of $15. So as you can imagine, if you had some kid just not knowing what they were doing and playing on the internet and started clicking away on these ads, could potentially cost you $15 per click. So as you can imagine, it gets pretty costly. And I'm going to get detailed a little bit further here in the video to talk about the effectiveness of pay-per-click, and you probably already know it. It's a very widely used medium and strategy, but very few companies have the pockets deep enough to really make this program worthwhile, because not only are they clicking on you, they're clicking on other people. And at the rate of $15 a click, it gets pretty costly pretty fast. So, all right, so here we are. So we're in Conyers, and again, as I go down looking at the local map section, which is called the Google 7 box, which is where most of the clicks occur, you do have a seventh ranked position here, which is a good thing. Okay, so let's just look at your competition real fast. So we have A Clean Tidy and Carpet Cleaning. As you can see from the look of the page, it's somewhat optimized. They've done a fairly good job. And as you can see, they have a number of reviews in Kudzu, City Search, Yellow Pages, and Judy's Book. The second position, ServiceMaster. ServiceMaster, the very large franchise. They've done a fairly good job as well optimizing. Third position, also ServiceMaster. Again, they haven't done as good a job in optimizing their listing. Fourth position, Carpet Cleaning. Pretty good job here too. Heaven's Best, fairly good. Carpet Cleaning Atlanta, somewhat of a decent job. And then coming down to your listing, which, as you can see, has not been very well optimized at all. So again, bottom line, what does that mean here? There's some opportunity. Moving over to Atlanta, again, same thing. You get your pay-per-click and your pay-per-click ads on the right-hand side. Let's go down to the 7 box as well, which is this area here. In Atlanta, which, as you recall, was one of the bigger and heavily searched areas, we don't see much traction at all for you. You're not on the first page at all. But the thing that I found kind of interesting is if you go through the listing, here's Xerorex, which is the first position. They haven't even claimed their listing, nor is it optimized, nor did Brown's ChemDry. Mr. Steam has done a fairly good job. He's in the 3rd position. Stanley Steamer, they've optimized theirs. OxyMagic, minimally. Carpet Cleaners of Atlanta, minimally. And then ChemDry, again, they've done nothing. So I see some opportunity in Atlanta. Again, a heavily searched geographic area with competition. It really hasn't done a very good job at all in optimizing their positions. And then the last area I wanted to look at is Alpharetta, which I did notice that you have a specific listing as well. Again, looking at pay-per-click, it's pretty competitive. We're looking at 176,000 competing pages, but again, looking at the Google 7 box, you actually have a 3rd position, which is pretty darn good. And looking at position 1 is Mist Carpet and Furniture. Again, not very well optimized. Christopher Fine Rug Cleaning, that's not optimized at all, nor have they claimed their listing. And there's you, okay, which again, not bad, but again, I'm going to get a little bit more detail in a bit, but yours isn't even claimed. King's Carpet, somewhat of a fairly good job. Floor Care, minimally. North Metro, minimally. And Rapid Restoration, where they've done nothing. So bottom line, looking at the 3 areas you're currently in, McGarrett, there's some opportunity for you, because although it's a very competitive market, again, here's Conyers with 62,900 competing pages. Atlanta, which has 1.5 million competing pages. And then Conyers itself, which had, what we say, 176,000. There's opportunity, though. It's very competitive, but most of your competitors are really not maximizing the opportunity with Google Local. So taking it to the next step, again, there's a lot of searches, but where we're missing the boat, McGarrett, is really not positioning you in a way that maximizes the opportunity. So one of the software tools that we provide, again, I'm not sure if you had a chance to click the link from the email that I originally had sent you, details out how you are positioned specific to the keywords found in your page, how you compare to your competition, but it also looks at the main directories that lists your business and your specific business information compared to your competition. So at a quick glance, with your main office address being in Conyers and the main keyword being carpet cleaning service, you're ranked number 7. All right. The competition here is the Clean and Tidy Carpet Cleaner and Service Master by Lovejoy. But again, you're not being found anywhere near the top at all. You're in position 7, which is the last position on page 1. But the other thing which I find is interesting is you haven't claimed your Google listing at all, nor have you claimed your Bing, Yahoo, Yelp, Insider Pages, or City Search. The only place where you've claimed anything is in Super Pages. So again, we're really missing the boat on a lot of items here, McGarrett, but on the positive side, these are very relatively simple things to do to get exposure and gain ranking very quickly. So I see this as a pretty tremendous opportunity for you to really gain some market share. So that's your Conyers location with the main number here. Now let's move over to your Alpharetta location. Again, what I find interesting is getting some good direction using what's called specific local words, which is a target phone number, tracking phone number to track activity. Same thing here in Alpharetta, where you've targeted that you're ranked number 3, which is pretty darn good, behind Mist Carpet and Christomar. And again, you haven't claimed your Google listing nor Bing. You did claim your Yahoo Insider Pages and Super Pages, but again, you're missing the other major ones as well. Again, another big opportunity. And the last area is Atlanta, which you saw from the rankings. Let me pull it up again. Has the largest number of searches. And in looking at that, again, we don't have any keywords whatsoever. The only keyword that you're trying to rank for is the actual name of your company, which nobody would really look for you other than those people who know you. And if they already know you, it's kind of a wasted effort. You want to get in front of those people who don't know you that are looking for a carpet cleaner. And again, similarly, we're not ranked in any manner at all. And it shows that Yahoo and Insider Pages have been claimed, but all the major ones have not, including the most important one, which is Google. So bottom line, McGarrett, as you can see from these reports, your competition has really got it all over you and are really gaining the advantage on these searches each month. But on the positive side, the good news is they're not really doing a very good job optimizing what they currently have listed. So that provides an opportunity for us to get you in those top positions, really maximizing and taking advantage of those searches. So now, why is that important? Well, it's important for a number of reasons. Number one, it's important to know where people look. And if you just look at your own habits when you're looking for a product or a service, you're going to find that most of us go to Google. All right, and we go to Google, we go to the search bar and we type in a keyword term of what it is we're looking for, and then the page populates and shows us the availability of what it is we're looking for. And because of geolocation within Google, they know our geographic IP address and associates where we are currently located with the keyword term of the products or services we're looking for, and finds the most relevant matches in the local area. So as you can imagine, if you look at this heat map here, this heat map through very detailed analysis shows where most people's eyes go. And as you can see very graphically, the top positions are the top 3 positions in the map section, which is not the pay-per-click, which is the top section up here, nor is it the pay-per-click on the right-hand side, nor is it really even the organic. It's the map section that gets all the traffic and exposure. So the most important thing to be mindful of is we want to get you on page 1 of Google, and they want to move you into the top 3 positions on page 1, because that's where the bulk of all the traffic and opportunity is. All right. Now, in our efforts of doing that, it's important to be able to track this to see where what the activity is. So this is just an example of one of our customers and one of the reports that we provide actually showing the call volume. We use, again, tracking numbers for all our customers, for all our campaigns, so we know what's working, what's not. But more importantly, we know exactly how many calls are coming in from our marketing efforts, driving opportunities to your business. So again, this is just an example of what our customers expect and what they experience each and every week with the number of calls. So based on your business and as competitive as your business is, but also knowing the sheer volume of searches that are being done on a monthly basis, what impact would getting a dozen or so calls each and every week have in your business? Giving you an opportunity to present to your prospects, D&M carpet cleaning, what makes you guys so different and what's so special, and giving you the opportunity to differentiate yourself from everybody else to win the business. So again, a very important consideration. So let's get a little more detail about what our program is. And what I'm going to try to do here with the next couple of slides here is to show you what it is that we do, but more importantly, what's so different from all the other programs out there. But I do want to be very clear, this is not a pay-per-click program, okay? And I'm not looking to get a percentage of whatever money you spend and be a middleman for Google. And frankly, with a pay-per-click program that is extremely ineffective and bottom line, very expensive. Our program is nothing of the sort. So what is our program? Well, It is a performance-based SEO program, much like I said in my initial email. Now, what does that mean? That means, bottom line, you don't pay if we don't rank you. All right, you've seen from the numbers that the ranking is everything. The higher up in Google's rankings you are, the more exposure you're going to get, the more clicks and calls you're going to get. And bottom line, that's what this is all about. So most of our competitors out there require big upfront fees, some crazy huge monthly fees, and you got to pay all this up front in the hopes that it's going to work out. Now, most of these programs take a good 60 to 90 days to really get cranking to the point where you're seeing a real strong, steady flow of opportunity coming in and your phone ringing. The problem is you've already spent all this money up front and these large monthly sums that most businesses get cold feet, quite frankly, and many of them kind of bail out long before they allow the program to really take a solid foundation. So again, the big differentiator for us is you don't pay anything until we get you ranked. Okay, so that period of time where most of our competitors require all this upfront money, and you're laying out all this cash, not seeing anything, with us, you're not laying out anything. Now, again, in doing that, based on a special promotion we have, which we've talked about, we're not charging any upfront fees for any people, any new businesses that get started by the end of the year. Now, obviously, today's December 31st, the last day of the year. Now, because of the sheer volume of response we got from this promotion, we just weren't able to get back to everybody. So again, I do apologize that I'm just getting back to you on the last day of the year, but not to fret. We understand that you're going to need some time to consider this and ponder it some more. So what we are doing is extending this promotion for you until the close of business Friday, January 4th. So rest assured, just receive this information, and you got some time. You don't have to rush into anything. But typically there is an upfront fee because there's a lot of work involved in getting this ready and getting this set up. Okay, but again, we are waiving that here. So with all that, if you think about it, it's performance-based. You don't pay if we don't get you ranked. There's no upfront fee. So really, we're the only company that puts our money where our mouth is. We're not asking for anything up front, okay? And so really, we have skin in the game just like you do. So it's truly a win-win strategic partnership. So let's get detail about what it is that you get. So bottom line, we create a fully optimized Google Plus local listing for you that's claimed. All right, so right now none of your Google listings are claimed, so anybody can go in and actually claim your listing, believe it or not, and which would kind of slow things down quite a bit should you want to claim the listing and get it back. But what we will do is fully optimize your Google Plus listing. So in addition, we'll do very thorough keyword analysis, very detailed competitive and category analysis as well, to look at the competition, look at the keywords that your customers are using, compare the strength and competitiveness of those keywords in relation to where you'd like to position yourself, where your competitors currently are. But then we look at the key categories within Google to make sure everything's aligned and optimized. At that point, we assign you a personalized tracking phone number specific to the campaign, obviously, so we can track how we're doing, number one, but what's working, what's not, which will allow us to tweak the program to maximize results. And then in addition to that, we optimize the top 7 directories and make sure that all your information and all your directory information specific to your business is consistent, okay, which is your company name, your address, and all that good stuff. And we put you in the top 7 directories. Right now, I think you're in 2 in some areas and 3 in others, and I think in Atlanta you're only in 1. So we want to make sure you're in the top 7. Now know this, McGarrett, there's over 100 of these directories, and it's important to be in all of them. But we can talk about doing those others at a later date, but the most important thing is to lay that foundation and get you in the most impactful ones now, and that includes the top 7. In addition, we choose 10 photos with your assistance that truly epitomize what it is that you do. And you've heard the term pictures paint 1,000 words. Well, we want to find 10 really strong photos that The photos depict what it is that D&M does so well. So without any words, people see this picture and they'll quickly get a very comfortable feeling of professionalism and quality of the type of work that you do. In addition to that, we'll create 5 customized and optimized videos, again depicting the same thing. Now those 5 videos will be centered around the 5 key categories within Google. So all this starts coming together, giving Google what it wants to show that D&M carpet cleaning is a viable, serious, professional business. All right. And the last piece, the very important piece, is exclusivity. Now, what does that mean? We only work with one business type in a specific geographic area. Okay? We will not work with any other carpet cleaning services in a geographic area that we agree to. All right? All right, so let's talk about the investment specifics. All right. The first of every month, we pull an analysis report, a keyword report. And then what this report will show us is what keywords you've been ranked for. All right. Now, based on that information and what's agreed upon, that will determine your monthly investment, and that's the amount that will be charged against your credit card on file. All right, so again, the first of the month, we pull this report, we looked at what keywords we've ranked for, and then your credit card is charged accordingly. Now, as I said earlier about a performance-based SEO company, if we don't have you ranked, if we pull that report and those keywords are not in the areas or in the ranking levels that we've agreed to, it costs you nothing. We continue to work on your behalf to get them ranked because, bottom line, that's what this is all about. We want to get paid when we perform at a level that makes sense for your business. All right? So let's get a little more detail about the investment. Now, the specific dollar amount of your monthly investment has to do with how competitive your business is. And I know you know this, but carpet cleaning is extremely competitive business. So again, we'll talk more details, but it's very competitive. The next thing we look at are your keyword requirements. All right. Now, typically, we do not start charging our customers until we hit position 30 for our respective keyword. And again, depending on what we've agreed to, and we'll talk more detailed over a conversation that we can have here between now and Friday. But specifically, whatever your requirements are, what it is you'd like to accomplish will determine, again, what the total monthly investment is in relation to how competitive those keywords are within this specific business. And then bottom line, the areas targeted. Now, I've seen that you're not only targeting Conyers, but you're looking at Metro Atlanta, which obviously is the strongest area, as well as Alpharetta. Now, what I have learned is it's important to lay a good solid foundation in areas where there's a decent amount of search volume, but get a good stronghold there first and then start branching out into other geographic areas. But again, if you want to market in any number of areas, that's certainly up to you, but the larger the target area, the more the monthly investment would be. So those are the key terms. So how competitive the business is, the keyword requirements that we agree to, and the areas you want to target. So really, McGarrett, the only thing left is for us to have a discussion about these details, and at that point, we can talk to specifics. Now, I have a pretty good idea what I believe the monthly investment is going to be now based on what I've seen that you're currently doing and what I believe you might want to continue doing. I do have some recommendations about some possible changes, but it all begins with a simple phone conversation, and at that point in time, we can get very specific about what your monthly investment would be. But again, be mindful that monthly investment does not kick in until those above items are met, that the keyword requirements that we've agreed to are met in the specific ranking areas, and then bottom line, when we pull a report on the first of the month, which obviously the first of the, by the time we get going, would be obviously February. So if we look at February 1, we pull a report, we look at what our rankings are based on what we discussed, and the monthly investment would go accordingly. All right. And regardless of what it is, McGarrett, I will say unequivocally, this program will most certainly be the most cost-effective marketing program you've ever invested in for your business. So Garrett, I hope that helps. The You got my number again, 678-642-2747. When you're ready to talk about what the monthly investment would be, simply give me a call, and I look forward to having a conversation with you. But most importantly, I look forward to working with you and making 2013 the very best year in business yet.